Welcome, I'm Cassandra, and this is your general and love forecast for April 2018. This is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. So let's hop into this. Okay, for your first card, we have the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse position. So some of you guys may feel that you just haven't had any luck. Some of you may feel like if you didn't have bad luck, you wouldn't have any luck at all. Some of you may feel that you've had to work a lot harder here lately to achieve the things that you want. And some of you may even feel like your luck has been a bit manipulated, so to speak. We clarify we have the Five of Swords. So, I refer to this card as the asshole who is just spoiling for a fight. For lack of better words, excuse my French. So, some of you may feel a bit on the aggressive side. Some of you may have had a really crappy situation occur for you here lately. The Five of Swords, this person truly desires to start conflict, okay? And quite often deception is very much involved. This can be a forceful severing of ties. So some of you could have had the end of a relationship. Things could have come to an end like very forcefully, very quickly. Maybe you ended it, maybe the other person ended it. But there are a lot of conflicts that come up with this card. A lot of conflicts. But deception is a huge one. Unfaithfulness can be one, but not one that I tend to focus on. But perhaps some of you feel like you've had to work harder because you've been dealing with this type of energy. Maybe you've been dealing with someone who has been acting like this towards you. Or maybe some of you might be feeling this way yourself. Maybe some of you have experienced some problems within, personal relationships, romantic or platonic. And maybe you've had it. You're over the silly crap. You're just ready to fight and be done with it and let it go. Okay, so for circumstances, we have the Queen of Cups in the reverse position. So this is indicating that there is definitely some unbalanced issues here. Typically when the Queen of Cups is in the reverse position, she is allowing her emotions to take control and to make all her decisions for her. And so rather than using her mind, her intellect, she's allowing her emotions to make those decisions. She's out of balance. Perhaps you've gone through a loss emotionally, or perhaps you're just going through an emotionally trying time and you're having a hard time finding your balance. And it is clarified by the King of Cups. So typically, for some of you, this could actually be a marriage that could be in dire straits, so to speak, and it's causing you to be a bit overly emotional. It's a possibility. Or, this could be a platonic relationship. This could be a relationship with a family member. But there's definitely a connection, so it could be a family member as well. Now, with the King of Cups, he can be helpful here because the King of Cups is emotional, just like the Queen of Cups, but he has the ability to be able to detach from his emotions. Well, he still remains very emotional, but he detaches from his emotions, especially while making life choices and things of that nature. So that can be a bit of good advice to try to detach, especially if you're going through a very emotionally reeling type of situation. You may want to try to detach from it the best that you can. And I know that's easier said than done, but you may want to try. Okay, so for the focus, we have the Knight of Wands. Now, this is a fantastic card. This card brings changes, and these changes are very positive changes. This can be a change of residence. This can be, a job opportunity, that comes up. It can be a chance to go on a journey, a chance to go traveling. It could be many different things, but whatever type of change that this card is representing for you, it's always a positive change. Now we clarify, and we have the Ace of Wands in the reverse position. So, perhaps some of you have missed this opportunity. Maybe you've been overextended with so many other responsibilities and commitments that maybe you weren't able to give it the full amount of attention that it deserved. Maybe you didn't take the opportunity seriously. For some of you, you could have took it seriously, but there can be a tendency to come on maybe a bit too strong, and then this can kind of backfire, so to speak. But a lot of times there is a fear of change, a fear of moving on, a fear of failure. So some of you might have let this opportunity slip out of your hands because of fear. Maybe some of you missed the opportunity because you just simply have so much going on that you weren't able to address it. Or maybe, you didn't think, that it was very serious. But for most of you, I'm feeling that you're just not wanting to move out of a situation, and it's due to fear. Fear of moving on, the fear of change, a fear of failure. And granted, I'm pretty sure that you guys probably have plenty of irons in the fire, but these are great changes. So if it's not too late and you're viewing this, pay attention for the opportunity, because you do have free will, so we can, bring these cards to the upright position, and you can take advantage of it. So if you know that there is an opportunity, I would not ignore it, and don't let fear rob you of an opportunity that could be absolutely wonderful. And sometimes this can just simply indicate that that this opportunity could still be there for you, but it might be one that's going to progress very slowly. You may encounter delays and obstacles, but my feeling is that a lot of you are fearing moving on. Maybe this change would cause you to have to move, to different states or a different country, whatever it may be. And maybe that just really puts you outside of your comfort zone, and you're not comfortable with that. Maybe you have so many other things going on in your personal life that you just feel like you can't devote your energy to this opportunity. Okay, this card is your recent past or the energy that is currently passing. And we have the Eight of Wands in the reverse position. So the Eight of Wands in the upright position is about us working towards achieving, a goal of ours or a dream of ours that we've had. And when it's in the reverse position, we are encountering delays and obstacles, and these are very, very frustrating. And a lot of times, it's like no matter how hard we're trying to get this together, we just keep encountering more and more obstacles, and this can really make you angry, so the best remedy is to step back and look at things objectively so that you can see what's causing things to go wrong and why things are not working out the proper way. But since this is the recent past, there's not much we can do about that particular end as far as looking at things objectively, except learn from it, to look at things more objectively when things start falling apart, step back, and look at the situation with an objective point of view. Now we clarify, and we have the Judgment card. So the Judgment card is the cosmic wake-up call. It's that aha, and it's also about making a choice. It's about making a major life-changing choice. And perhaps you guys were going after a major life-changing goal, a life-changing dream, and it may have just slipped away, or some of you could still be trying to make it work. And if you are still trying to make it work, definitely take my advice about the stepping back and looking at things objectively so you can see why things are not working out, because a little tweaking can actually fix it. But overall, you guys know that there is a higher calling here. There's, a higher power is at work in your life. Okay. So, this is the present, the here and the now energy. We have the Sun. So, this is a very good card. A lot of times when this card comes up, you may be getting into a relationship, you may be getting married, you might be moving, you might have gotten a new job. Either way, something good is occurring in the present, and it makes you very happy. It's something to be very happy and optimistic about. Perhaps maybe you might be graduating from, college, or from, high school, whatever it may be, or, some courses you may have been taking. This could indicate that you may be graduating, but overall, a lot of times this is about moving, work, marriage, things of that nature. Okay, so we have the King of Swords in the reverse position. So, in regards to marriage and or a relationship, if some of you have recently gotten into a relationship, or recently gotten engaged or married, you definitely may want to pay attention. This man here can be, well, let's just say it. He can be abusive, for lack of better words. And more times than not, it will be verbal, but that there's no guarantee that it'll just remain verbal. But typically with the King of Swords, his weapon is his tongue. And, ooh, boy, can he be nasty. You know, the King of Swords can be a bit of a manipulator. One who manipulates the situation. Now, this doesn't necessarily have to be a man. This could be a man or a woman. Or this could even be you. So, you could be on the receiving or the giving end of this energy. Yeah, not the best energy. So, because he's clearly, see, when he's in the upright position, he's very fair, and he weighs things out, and he takes his time before he makes a decision. When he's in his reverse position, that logic and reasoning ability and the analytical abilities, they fall to the wayside, and then he becomes manipulative, and the things that he can say can be downright awful. Awful. So some of you may feel that a particular situation in your life may be manipulated, or you may feel like you are being manipulated, and some of you may not feel like you're being manipulated. You may not be, and some of you may be, and you just don't know it yet. And for some of you, you could actually be manipulating and self-sabotaging the situation, but you're doing it more on a subconscious level rather than a conscious level, if you get what I'm saying. See, this can go so many different ways, so don't shoot the messenger. You know, this is a general reading for the masses. It's not a personal reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest, okay? Okay, for your near future, we have the King of Wands. So, this is very good energy here. This is a man, can be a male or a female. Let's just get that out there immediately. So, typically the King of Wands, he's a leader. He is definitely a leader. And he's very good at delegating responsibilities. He's also a good mentor. He also has great enthusiasm and optimism. And he or she could be someone that is going to enter your life here soon. This may be someone that you seek advice from. This may be someone that you're interested in. This may be someone that you want to mentor, or someone that you want to mentor you. It can go many different ways. Typically, I associate Leo with this card, but it could be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or someone with that type of temperament. You know, a real go-getter. It's like they have a lot of energy. You know, they can almost be energetically contagious, you know. Someone who can bring your mood up and bring your own optimism and enthusiasm up. They're really good at inspiring others. So we clarify, and we have the 8 of Coins. So mentor definitely sounds appropriate. You know, this could even be a boss at a job, or this could be someone that you want to mentor you. The 8 of Coins is about having a set of skills that can bring you recognition and can bring you financial rewards. And I mean, you can even make a financial living with these skills. And I always say practice makes perfect when I see this card, because this is someone who is working towards mastering their skill set. And so they're continuing to work because practice makes perfect. And perhaps maybe some of you might seek out someone to help mentor you on how to better utilize your skills. Maybe you want to have a leader, hire you to use your skill set. So these are possibilities for sure. Definitely use these skills. Don't let them go to waste. But this king, male or female, they can be very helpful in helping you to use your skills. They might be able to mentor you and help you to actually master those skills. And they might be able to provide you with a job or an opportunity that could bring you some financial gains and some public recognition potentially. Okay, so this would be your attitude. Now we have the Knight of Cups in the reverse position. So when he is in the reversed position, there is a tendency to not be so open to love. A lot of times there's mistrust because they've been hurt. So maybe you've been hurt and you're just not ready to just be so openly trusting with your heart and your feelings and, exposing your vulnerabilities. Now, for some of you, you could be, say, in the beginning stages of a new relationship. And if this happens to be you, then this relationship could be progressing very slowly. It could have a bit of a rocky start. It's not to say that it's doomed, but it just comes down to a personal choice. Is it something you want to continue trying for, or is it something that you could just be like, yeah? Maybe someone has presented you with an opportunity for a relationship, but you're just like, yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'm feeling it. Now we clarify, and we have the Queen of Wands in the reverse position. So I automatically associate Queen of Wands reversed as overly aggressive. When she's in the reverse position, this shows that the aggressive side is coming out. So maybe some of you have been in a love situation, and frankly, it's made you have a short fuse. You might be having a bit of a hot temper right now. You might be a little aggressive, and some of you may have a damn good reason to be that way. And some of you might be overly embellishing it, making it seem worse than what it really is. So don't shoot the messenger. You'll know which one you are. Just be honest with yourself, So, yeah. Okay, so this is the position of how other people see you. We have Judgment in the reverse position. So, since it's in the position of how other people see you, then someone in particular is looking at you like you passed judgment on them, and that the judgment you passed was false. It was inaccurate. Perhaps someone may feel like you're being overly critical of them. They may feel that you're not taking into consideration all of the facts. You're not able to see or hear the true nature of the situation. When the Judgment card is in reverse, you can make a snap, impulsive type of decision or judgment, and it can be wrong. And to clarify, we have the Queen of Cups in the reverse position. So again, emotionally, we are unbalanced and we are thinking with our emotions and not with our intellect. So this would definitely be an emotionally provoking situation. So someone that you love, this could be a platonic love, it could be a romantic love. They definitely provoked you on an emotional level, and perhaps you passed a judgment on them that was not so nice. Or maybe you may feel that someone else has passed judgment on you. And for a few of you, this could be going both ways. You may have passed judgment on a person, and that same person passed judgment on you. But either way, all of the facts are not there, and we need to bring the intellect back into balance here with the emotion and look at things in a balanced way, because at this point there's an over emotional quality to this. So an emotionally provoking type of situation. Perhaps you reacted impulsively. Maybe you're being reactive, and it's because of an emotionally provoking situation. And so, you know the old saying, sometimes we say things we don't mean when we're mad, and sometimes we say things we really do mean when we're mad. That can go both ways as well. So, Another thing with the Judgment card in the reverse position is you need to be able to, if you're judging others, you need to be able to face yourself in the mirror and judge yourself as well. You don't want to force that judgment upon others and then not look at yourself. It's a bit unfair. So this is the position of hopes and fears. So we have the Six of Coins in the reverse position. So this can indicate, maybe needing some help, especially on the financial end, and trying to seek out that help, and we don't get what we thought we were going to get, or someone, offers us something, but then there's strings attached. It's a messy type of situation. So yeah, then to clarify, we have King of Coins in the reverse position. So I'm going to automatically say, let's class this as a fear. The King of Coins in the reverse position, he is not the person you would want in control of your money. He is someone who will definitely worm his way up into your account, your finances, and he'll let you make money, and all he'll do, he or she will just take while you do all the work. The King of Coins in reverse can also be one who gets involved in, say, unethical and black market type of deals, illegal type of things. Yeah, so fear, definitely somebody we don't want to be messing with at all. Okay, y'all ain't gonna be happy about this, okay? But unfortunately, transiting Pluto is in the sign of Capricorn, so it is opposing, it is opposite the sign of Cancer, so either Pluto is opposing your sun, your moon, or your rising sign. And it's not just Pluto, it is now Pluto, Saturn, and Mars. Talk about a troublesome threesome of planets. So some of you are going to be like, yeah, this is a very negative reading. Well, you know what? When it comes to Cancers, unfortunately, the planetary alignment is just a bit negative. And it's not really that it's negative, it's just producing learning experiences, and it's showing us the ways that we need to grow, and it's showing us the things that we need to let go of, okay? And I'm Cancer rising, so I understand this. Cancer, you don't like to let go of the past. There's a tendency to hang on and to the past in one way, shape, or form or another. Sometimes you just don't want to let it go. And sometimes it's hard, you know. Some can do this better than others. We're all different, so the final outcome is death. Now, for those of you who are new to watching tarot readings, this does not mean you're going to die, okay? This is showing that it is time to be done with a certain situation in your life. It is time to make a major change. Something in your life, whether it's a relationship, again, it could be romantic, it could be platonic, there is a situation in your life that needs to be done. And as painful as it can be to go through this transition type of period and to be done with this, it can be pretty painful, but it must be done, okay? The death card is ruled by Scorpio. Scorpio rules Pluto. And Pluto is not the planet you want to fight with. It's like the more you try to resist the inevitable change, then the more battles that'll come for you. And it just gets harder and harder with every single battle. So the best thing to do is to let it go. Surrender. This is some great advice, whether you understand astrology or not. When it comes to Pluto and things being taken out of your life, just let it go. Let go, let God, let go, let Pluto, let go, let the universe, whatever works for you. But you just need to let it go and surrender. Let the change happen. Whatever you've been clinging to, it is time to let it go, because this situation is not serving a purpose for you anymore. It has now become a roadblock. It is holding you back, so you need to let it go. You know, and it's not all doom and gloom. It may feel that way, and for some of you, some of your situations are very, very tough. But you see the rose here? It is showing that there is hope. There is a new beginning, and there is hope. Because you're going to grow in a tremendous way internally by going through this. It's a major change, and it has to be. The more that we resist, the worse it can get. So when you see that change and it needs to happen, just let it happen. Because if you don't, mark my words, you'll just keep seeing battle after battle until you finally realize, okay, I get it, I need to let it go. Okay, and we clarify and we get the Queen of Swords in the reverse position. So, Queen of Swords in the reverse position, she can be a bit narrow-minded. She can be pretty argumentative. She can be pretty one-sided, where she can only see her point of view and she is unable to see everyone else's point of view. And a lot of times she will try to force her point of view upon others. So you guys could end up dealing with a particular woman or a man who is like this, or some of you could be refusing that change because you don't want to see things for what they really are. You want to continue to wear those rose-colored glasses. But trust me, you don't want to be narrow-minded. You don't want to be overly pushy. You don't want to be manipulative, okay? Because we got the Queen and the King of Swords both in the reverse. And when they're in the reverse, this shows manipulation, okay? Not to mention Five of Swords up here, Queen of Cups, reverse, manipulation, and then emotional manipulation. Don't let yourself have such a narrow point of view, okay? If this happens to be expressing your energy, don't allow yourself to become overly argumentative, okay? See, the thing with Queen of Swords, especially in the reverse position, Queen of Swords, she likes her boundaries, okay? She is all about having her boundaries and respect. But in the reverse position, she's all about her boundaries, but to hell with your boundaries. So she has a tendency to say some pretty hurtful, nasty things that, you know, she can become very tactless, you know. She can literally strip the dignity away from people in mere seconds with her tongue, you know. So she definitely wants her boundaries to be respected, but then she's not respecting other people's boundaries. So if you feel that you may be behaving in this type of manner, you definitely just let it go. Do your best to try to rise above the situation. You may want to say something or some things to some people, but just try to remember, treat others how you want to be treated. So if you want your boundaries to be respected, try to respect others' boundaries. It's okay to stand up for yourself and to speak your truth. That's absolutely okay. But you want to try to find a better way to do so. You want to be more diplomatic. That's the word I'm looking for. You want to try to be more diplomatic in your approach. But overall, this situation needs to be let go of. And for some of you, you could be dealing with this type of person, male or female. And if you're dealing with that type of person, well, you cannot control what comes out of their mouth. But you will at least know that they have their boundaries, but they have no respect for your boundaries. Queen of Swords can be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or it could just simply be about the energy. So do consider that. The Death card is Scorpio. So for the bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Swords. So this is what I refer to as the nightmare card. This can be like living a nightmare. This can be like having literal nightmares at night, having problems sleeping. Some of you could be experiencing sleepless nights. Some of you may be plagued by nightmares, literally. Some of you may feel like you're living a nightmare in your waking life. But with this nightmarish type of element comes, a loss of some sort. And a lot of times this can be relationship, and again, this can be romantic or platonic. It can go either way. But there is definitely a need to come to terms with something and let it go. Sometimes this can indicate unfaithfulness within a relationship, especially if you happen to be having romantic problems, in your romantic relationships. I'm not saying run and accuse your significant other of, unfaithfulness, but do pay attention. So this is about us needing to deal with this loss and move away from it. Let's deal with it and move away from it. For some of you, this could indicate that you may be having issues with anxiety and depression surrounding this situation. And for a few of you, this could be indicating that you may potentially need a surgery of some sort. That'll resonate with a few of you. But overall, this is about going through a loss that brings much anxiety, some depression, sadness. And a lot of times this is more in our mind. We can make it worse in our own mind. So we clarify we have the Seven of Swords. So the Seven of Swords is deception, betrayal. This can also indicate unfaithfulness within a relationship. This can also indicate theft, where someone literally steals something away from you and then they leave something behind to show that something has been taken. This is someone that's trying to take the easy way out because they don't want to work for it, so they'd rather just take something that belongs to you. Yeah. Oh, that's pretty darn depressing. Let me tell y'all. So we're going to put a crystal on that so we could try to neutralize this here a little. I understand this change has definitely got to happen. But let's try to make it as easy as we possibly can. Change can be really, really hard, especially for Cancer, because we're very stuck in our ways, and we really love our home, and we're not so easy to just let go of, situations and people and whatnot. So yeah, it's definitely harder for us, but this is something that we are going to have to let go, and it is for a much higher purpose, because the very thing that we need to let go of is the very thing that has been holding us back all along. And again, I know that doesn't take the sting off much, but it really is for our own good. Now, I went ahead and pulled some love oracle cards. These are for the single Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign singles. Let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. So that's very literal. Attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. Yes, live in the moment. Be happy and joyous for the small things. And when you can appreciate the small things and you're not so focused on, I want a relationship like right now. Admire the small things, when we're not paying attention, that's when things, tend to manifest for us. So, okay, so this is for the Cancers that are in relationships or married. Free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. Engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. So you'll know where you're fitting at in this general area here. Okay. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. So some of you could already be in a relationship that's pretty fresh. And they might be someone that's, very different from what you would normally date. But, keep an open mind about it. They could be the perfect person for you. But don't rush things. Let things unfold as naturally as possible. Just don't rush it. And keep an open mind, because you never know. Okay, you guys really need to keep your head up this month, okay? I know that it's pretty challenging here, and some of you may hate me after this reading, thinking that it's all negative, but really, I cannot control the cards. I can only read what comes out. I don't like giving negative readings at all, but, I have to read them as they come out. And there are some situations for a lot of Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs that you've just been avoiding, and it's time to let them go, Surrender. That's the easiest way to stop the endless torment. And like I said, it's going to be hard, but really what you have to let go of has really been blocking you from moving forward in the best light possible. So let it go, because your future is going to be so much brighter. And you're going to feel so much better. It's just going to take time. But trust me, whatever is being removed needs to go. Because it's just not serving you or your future anymore. The only way it can serve you is by leaving it and learning from the experience and learning to not repeat the same experience again. We're always learning. If we're not learning, then we're not growing. So, okay, do keep your head up, Cancers. Just know that this too shall pass. And there is a purpose. When one door closes, another always opens. And it will be for the best. It just may take some time before you can see that. But it will be for the better in the long run. I love you guys, and I will talk to you next month. So I'm sending you blessings of healing, prosperity, and love. Talk to you next month.